Morning, students. Now, all of you see page number 11. We will continue our first chapter. Now, today's paragraph is End of Colonialism. So, see this paragraph, page number 11. Students, colonialism means domination policy. Domination policy which was carried by in past period by Britishers especially in any foreign rulers, means they control others land or country and they force to apply their own rule over others region, and they try to make other people slaves, their slaves, and they used resources, others resources. So such policies called domination policies, it's called the colonialism. Now in this paragraph we have to understand how the colonialism was ended. So just listen carefully and try to understand. For a very long time, most countries in Asia and Africa were colonies under the control of European nations. For a long time, so many years, some countries of Asian countries as well as the African countries, now which were colonies, which were under control by any foreign rulers, especially European rulers. People of the colonized countries had to wage. Here wage, underline wage. Wage means here start or continue. Started struggles to achieve independence. Now those who were under any foreign rulers, so such people, such countries, now they had to struggle for their independence, to achieve independence. They not only wanted to get rid of their colonial masters, not only they wanted to be free from their European masters, those who control them as well as their country. Not only they wanted to get rid of from them, but also wished to choose their future leaders. But also they wanted to select, they wanted to choose their leaders for their future. Our country was one of the few colonies where people carried a nationalist struggle to liberate. Underline here liberate. Liberate means to free the country from the colonial rule. Our country, India, was one of the few colonies. Our country also was under Britishers. Now we also, Indian, our people also carried a nationalist struggle. We also started movement to liberate, to make our country free from Britishers. Many of these countries became democracies immediately after the end of the Second World War in 1945. So many countries now became democratic country, means independent free after the immediately after the after the Second World War in 1945. India achieved independence in 1947. Means after the Second World War, we also got our freedom and embarked. Here, embark means start journey on its journey to transform in change itself from a subject country. Here underline subject country. Subject country means slave country to a democracy. Now we started our journey to change policy. Now before 1947, how was our country? Under control of the Britishers, slave country. Now to change from slave country to democratic country. Now journey started. It continues to be a democracy. Now after the independence also in our country. Now we continued our democracy. We are following democracy. Now also we have the democratic government. Most former colonies did not have such a good experience. But most of colonies, which were the colonies in the past period. So after the establishment of the democracy, now they changed their democracy, and in some countries there we can see the military government also. Now they changed the democratic country. But this has not happened in our country. This is a good experience for us. Now see this last paragraph. This one. The case of Ghana, a country in Western Africa. One of country, Western African country. Ghana, underline Ghana. Now we have to learn. This is the good example from Ghana. Illustrates the more common experience of our former colonies. Ghana was one of the colonies, British colonies. Illustrates, describes good experience. It's good experience. Ghana used to be a British colony named Gold Coast. Now Ghana, which was a British colony, when it was the British colony, so this area which was known by which name? Gold Coast, underline Gold Coast. It became independent in 1957. Now Ghana became independent in the year 1957 from Britishers. It was among the first countries in Africa to gain independence. So Ghana, this is the one of the first country which became free, now which got the independence. First it got the independence, then other countries, so that it inspired other African countries to struggle for freedom. So it was one of the first country to get its freedom from the Britishers. So from Ghana's experience, so other African countries also inspired for struggling. Try to understand, listen carefully. Kwame Nkrumah, underline this word. Kwame Nkrumah, son of a. Now see this next page number 12. Now here you can see this paragraph, page number 12. Kwame Nkrumah, son of a goldsmith. Now he was a leader, African leader, only for Ghana's region. Now he was the son of goldsmith and himself a teacher. He was a teacher. And how he was active? He was active in the independence struggle of his country. Now he led a struggle, his country's struggle, to make his country free from the Britishers. After independence, now see this paragraph. After independence, Nkrumah became the first prime minister. Now when Ghana got independence, now he was the first prime minister and then the president of Ghana. After that, he became the president of that country. He was a friend of Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the friend of our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He was a friend of Jawaharlal Nehru and an inspiration for Democrats in Africa. Now, so many people who were the Democrats. Democrats means the people who liked the policy of democracy, who wants to carry out and who wants to establish democracy in their country. So such people, they are called the Democrats. So those who were the Democrats people, so they were inspired by Nkrumah. But unlike Nehru, unlike means here opposite, not like this. But unlike Nehru, he was a friend of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, but he was not like our Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. How? He got himself elected president for life. Because of this reason. Now he was different. He declared himself elected president for life. Soon after, in 1966, what happened? In 1966 in Ghana, he was overthrown by the military. Means democracy was changed by military government, military coup. We have studied such type of examples in previous paragraphs. Like Ghana, most countries that became democracies after gaining independence had a mixed record. Most countries after Ghana. Now these countries became democratic country, and we can see the mixed experience. Some countries continued it's a democracy and some change. They could not remain, some countries could not remain democracies for a long period. Now democracy, democratic government changed, and military, we can say the power and control established there in place of democracy in some countries. But we are very lucky. We are continue our democracy from 1947. We got the independence in 1947 and we adopted constitutions. In 1950 our country became republic, and from there we are continuing our democracy. Now this was good for us. Now students, remaining paragraph in next clip.